Smile make your bitch disappear. She rubbing my cup with her tears. Keeping it fresh like it's baking soda. Say hi to the cities I'm flying over. Impressive ain't even the word. The boss in this shit and you taking notice.
Let's just change the vibe really quick. Vibe check. That's cringy of me. Don't mind me, it's just one of those nights. I got these lights on Amazon, for those of you wondering, and it's like controlled through an app, so that's like super cool. Okay guys, so now I am about to be 4 days post-op, and let me just tell you really quick. Oh my gosh, like I literally can't believe that I have my eyeballs back, you guys. Like I literally have 20/20 vision. I'm going into 2020 with 20/20 vision, bitch. Sorry you guys, it's the first time that I've smoked since my surgery, so your girl's a little lit. Let me just put on my goggles for y'all. So these are the goggles that I had to be wearing for the first few days, even when I slept, and honestly they're actually pretty damn comfortable. I wasn't like paranoid that I was gonna like stab my eye with a blanket or anything like that, or with my hands. So these were actually really like, they came in clutch. I have this really big fear of like fucking up my eyes and like stuff going in them, or like just the whole procedure itself was just so fucking scary for me. So let me just like explain to you guys from start to finish how everything went, and I'll go ahead and answer some of the questions that you guys were asking me on Twitter about the whole process and stuff. Y'all already know me, I will keep shit real with y'all. So overall, I was like really excited for this procedure to be done. I've literally been waiting to do this for years, like literally years. But I was never able to because my vision would be changing consistently. You're supposed to get your eyes checked yearly, and I did do that, and every single year it would my prescription would always change. So finally 2 or 3 years ago, I believe, yeah, more like 3 years ago, I told my optometrist, I was like, hey, you know, I really fucking want this LASIK. And he was like, well, you can't, like, your vision can't be changing consistently, because then it'll be pointless for you to get it, and then you'll just have to go through it again, and like realistically you shouldn't be like cutting into your cornea so many times, you know what I mean? So obviously the less you have to go through the process, the better. So finally we're here. I had my yearly appointment scheduled for December 14th, so I was just going in for like a regular checkup or whatever, and then I told my doctor, I was like, hey, do I qualify for LASIK this time? They recommend not getting LASIK until you're like 25, because that's when your vision stops changing, supposedly, for most people. My prescription didn't end up changing again this year. So, well, it did change, but it was very slight. It was like 0.25, which is like barely anything if you guys know about prescriptions and stuff. So finally, like, he told me, he's like, so your vision changed like by 0.25, so you're actually a good candidate for LASIK. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and send in a request for your consultation and get that started for you. So I was just like, oh my god, dear Lord Jesus, yes. I was so fucking excited when he told me that. So I was like, yes. And he was like, so you should be expecting a call from them, you know, within the next 2 to 3 days to set up your consult appointment. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was on standby for like 2 days, and then finally I got a phone call from the Envision place or whatever, the place where I got my LASIK done, and they're like, oh, you know, it's blah 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 from Envision, like, you know, we wanted to like get in communication with you because your optometrist hit us up and let us know that you want a consult done. So I was just like, yeah, like definitely. And they were like, okay, so like when do you want to come in? And I was like, honestly, as soon as possible, like ASAP, please, the sister needs some new eyeballs, bitch. They were like, okay, so we can get you in as soon as tomorrow morning to be exact. And I was just like, oh my god, I will be there, sis. I am there, don't even trip. I will be there before you guys open. I'm there. The next day came and I went in for my consultation, and it was pretty much just like a longer version of like a normal eye doctor appointment or whatever. Like, you have to read out the little fucking letras and then feel like shit because you can't really see them, and you're like, I think that says O, and it's all like a fucking E or something. That's me. me all the time, fuck. And they have to like measure your corneas and like see the back of your eye to make sure it's healthy and make sure your cornea is thick enough for the process. So finally, like, I got done with the consultation and they were like, okay, it actually looks like you have extra cornea.
Bitch, I got some thick corneas.
Since my corneas were thicker than usual, I was actually like a candidate for like a whole different surgery. It's pretty much the LASIK, but like an advanced version. You're more likely to have like 20/15 vision, which is better than 20/20. But I asked them how long they had been doing it at that, you know, like facility or whatever. And they said that they had only been doing it for 7 months. So I was like, no, bitch, I'll just go ahead and do the regular LASIK. You know, my corneas are thick anyway, so I'm not too concerned. Because they also have, I think it's called PRK. And that's like a whole different procedure. I honestly don't really know too much about that because I didn't get that. So I was just more like focused on LASIK. So yeah, you have options. Like if you don't have thick corneas, you know, or like if your circumstance is different or something, if the surgery is something that you're considering and you really want, I would definitely just go in for a consultation to see what you can do and what your options are. But yeah, so then after that, they took me into the office and they like told me about all, you know, my options that I had and the pricing and all of that. And I know that's something you guys really wanted to know. So I ended up paying $4,000. The original price is $6,000, which is a fuck ton, I know. But you know what? Like, I put it this way. I was like, okay, at one point in my lifetime, which, you know, like the last year or two, I considered getting a BBL. And now I have the opportunity to get my eyeballs done. So essentially, I would be paying more for the BBL, and bitch, you were down. So bitch, you are totally down for new fucking eyes. So I was like, okay, you know what? I fucking need this surgery. I've literally been waiting pretty much all my life for this surgery. And they told me that if I ended up getting the surgery prior to the ending of 2019, then I would get $2,000 a discount because it's like a sale that they had going on. And I was like, okay, well, I'm totally down to get it done as soon as fucking possible. So they booked me in and they scheduled me for the 26th of December, which is the day after Christmas. But if you're a Latino or Latina, you know that we celebrate on the 24th anyway. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go in. And we got it scheduled in. I went in at 12 p.m. and bitch, I walked out with no eyeballs, bitch. Oh my God. And here I am 4 days later, and I feel great. I feel amazing. Like, honestly, this surgery is fucking life-changing, you guys. Like, life-changing. If you are a candidate and like, you know, it's just a matter of you like deciding whether or not you want to do it, it's scary as shit. Like, I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you guys. It's scary as motherfucking fuck. But it is so worth it. Like, insanely worth it. I would definitely do it all over again if it meant that, you know, I would get better vision. But, you know, luckily I did end up with really good vision and no major side effects like halo vision or like rainbow vision or any of that, or like dry eye. I'll get into that a little bit more because you guys were kind of like asking questions about that, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys like an overall recap of everything because oh my gosh, like, and the recovery time, bitch, it's only like a day realistically, just like that day of surgery, and you just like knock the fuck out for the rest of the day. And then, you know, the next day they tell you that you can even drive yourself to your post-op appointment if you feel like you can. So it's an amazing surgery. Like, it's really not anything that you would expect it to be at all. So yeah, I don't know, like she wants to play. She wants to play. Mommy's working. I'm telling the alien babies a story, miss. She don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck that I'm talking to you guys. Oh, mama, she don't give a fuck. No. You crazy girl. Jump. Jump, 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 jump. Sit. So the first question I got here is how much was it and do you get any side effects? So I ended up paying $4,000, but the original price was like $5,990, I believe, something like that. Pretty much fucking $6,000. Some of the side effects can be dry eye, which obviously is when your eyes get dry. And mine, this eye, since it's two separate eyes, you know, one can heal differently from the other one. And this one has been a little bit more problematic for me. It's just been like a little more dry, but they do give you these artificial tears, and you just pretty much put them in as much as you need, because you don't want to be straining your eyes, especially because you have that like scar. Another side effect that you can get is halo vision, or like rainbow eye, which is, you know, you see halos in your vision, and that could be permanent. That could just also be a side effect that you have for like the first month or two. Luckily, I don't have either one of those two, and I'm really fucking happy about that, because that's what I was like starting to panic about. The pamphlet that they give you before you get the surgery, it pretty much tells you that you can fucking die, bitch. But I signed my life away. Pretty much. But realistically, that's something that they have to tell you, but that's like literally like 1 in a fucking billion. Do you know what I mean? So the next question I got here is, are there things you can't do leading up to your surgery, like no wearing contacts for a month or something? So pretty much they told me that I couldn't wear contacts for a week prior to my surgery, and that was pretty much it. I just had to also be putting on these eye drops, as well as some of these antibiotic eye drops, to make sure that I didn't get any infections or anything like that, and to make sure that my eyes were really moisturized and like prepared, because some people do get worse cases of dry eye. So the next question is, do you feel any pressure or anything when the laser touches your eye? So you pretty much just lay down, and they tell you to stare at this green light. No matter what, just look in the direction of the green light. There's no laser that you actually see, and I think that was my like biggest fear. But the thing that you do see is what splits your cornea. When they put that thing that slices your cornea, you do feel that pressure, and it does feel, I don't want to say painful, but it's just uncomfortable, especially because you know it's slicing your fucking eyeball. So that goes down, it just looks like a white like circular thing, and they put the pressure, and it's kind of there for, I want to say maybe 10 to 15 seconds, and then they lift it off, and then that's when they literally fucking get like a little like, I don't know, utensil thing, like a fork or something. A fork like object. They get it, and they like lift your flap, bitch. You go blind. You go blind. And it feels fucking ugly, because you're like, oh my god, what if I fucking stay like this? After they flap your cornea back down, you literally go back to being able to see. And that whole process, my whole surgery was about 12 minutes, like 6 minutes per eye. So someone said, was it uncomfortable? What helped you stay calm during the procedure? They give you a Xanax, and normally that helps you stay calm, but I think I just really had like super bad anxiety that day, and it really didn't help me. And yes, it was uncomfortable, very. I was just like uneasy about it the whole time, even though they really did inform me about everything. Like, you know, they were like, it's really not likely for anything to go wrong, you know, you're in good hands, like he's a really good surgeon. So as far as like after the actual surgery itself, you do need someone to drive you home, because you can't keep your eyes open after surgery. You need to make sure that you have your eyes closed, and you go home and you fucking knock the fuck out. They do end up giving you a second Xanax pill of 1 mg, and that one did knock me the fuck out. Luckily, I had my mom taking care of me. Oh, my little mom. Shout out to her, I love her so much. She was my driver, and she was taking care of me. I woke up like at some random ass time. My mom fed me, and then I had to end up taking a whole nother sleeping pill. And they do recommend that. They want to make sure that you get lots and lots of sleep so that you heal. And then I just slept through the entire night. The next day I had to go to my pre-op appointment with my regular optometrist. Finally, they told me that I was healing well and all of that, and I just had to make sure that I wore my protective glasses. Now I just have to take it easy. I can't be rubbing my eyes for 3 months. No water in my eyes, so when I shower I have to make sure that I do not get any like single droplet of water. No makeup for a week. Gym and work, you're good to go after a day, after 24 hours. So that's pretty fucking amazing. So I luckily was able to start editing a video literally the next day. I actually just smoked for the first time today. I took 2 motherfucking hits, bitch, and I got lit. And bitch, you best believe I was wearing my goggles when I was smoking it up. I had the window open and I blew the smoke out. That's pretty much it for the surgery. You guys kind of got an inside look of what it was like for me, and everybody's experience is different and stuff. But if you guys are considering LASIK, I'll definitely think about it, because at the end of the day, it is a surgery and there are risks with it. But I will say that it is an amazing fucking surgery, and I don't know if I would do it again, but I feel like you can't even put a fucking price on like getting new eyeballs. Do you know what I mean? And I'm so thankful that everything went well, and thank you guys so much for the get well wishes and all of your guys' sweet words to help me not be so anxious about the surgery. It definitely helped. I have to take my eye drops. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much all I have for this video. I hope I answered your guys' questions, and if I didn't, leave them in the comment section down below and I will try my best to get to every single one of them. I hope this video helps you guys make your guys' decisions. With that being said, I wish you guys luck with whatever you guys end up doing, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Smoking on Doja, I play with a kitty. Who do it better? He lying, you tripping. Bitches look pretty, he riding my Bentley. People praise the things he say, cut up so much. I should be my